the point. The believer, when he sees there's something that is there, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes him to witness something that is wrong, something that is bad. Here we're talking about first the training that is in tariqah. It makes you to witness something that is bad. In this training, tariqah, in the dergah, to know that if we see something that is there, we see it because Allah wants us to take lesson from it. We see it because we may, big possibility, do that also. Or that characteristic, it is in us. So that is a warning. It is not to say something that is bad, to say, oh, that is that person, I'm better. No. It is to say, if Allah is not protecting me, I'm going to become even worse than that. It is understanding as a reality, not just saying. Then you are going to be tested by the things that you are claiming. You're claiming. You're going to be tested. Allah is saying, you claim to be like this. You claim to be believers. You think we're not going to test you? Because that is the only way that you are going to know by yourself. Because the whole aim is for us to know ourselves too. You think Allah doesn't know us? Allah knows us, correct? He created us. But we don't know ourselves. Allah sent us to this world for us to know ourselves. What is our value? What is our reality? What is it that Allah has created us for? What is the reason? To know us. Then you're going to know your Lord. So you see something that is bad. First, you're not going to jump. You're going to step back. This is a believer. A believer doesn't rush. Rushing is coming from shaitan. You're saying this is wrong. Of course you cannot like it. Of course you have to hate it. You say, astaghfirullah. May Allah protect me from this. But you're going to watch yourself. Not just one time you say astaghfirullah, and then that's it. You're going to watch yourself over and over again. Observe yourself. Don't look down on it. If you look down on it, especially, as the hadith, Prophet says, don't say never. Because Allah may test you with that. Until you die, maybe He's going to test you with that. Say, I will never do it. No, don't say that. Which is why in the way of tariqat, we say our ego, it is worse than shaitan. It is worse than shaitan. And that is real. It is worse than Firaun. It is worse than Namrud. Our ego. It is worse than Abu Jahil. You understand? So now we are not going to say, that's why in Ahl Sunnah way, we don't have any celebration cursing shaitan, or cursing Abu Jahil, or cursing at Firaun. Because all this is a lesson for us. Why Allah is mentioning all that in the Quran if it's not going to be a lesson for us? Allah is just cursing at them. He enjoys cursing at them. For what? The Quran, it is for us. The Quran, it is for us. Allah is saying, you have that characteristic. Whatever that is in the universes, whatever that is happening, you have that inside of you, both physically and in other ways. So which one are you going to take out? Which one are you going to make into an idol? Which one that you're going to put in the throne of Allah? Which one you're going to make to be your reality? Allah didn't leave us alone. He sent prophets, He sent saints, He sent so many people to guide us to it. So when you see something wrong, something bad, say, yeah, this is lesson for me. Don't fall into that very cliche Sufi trap. Oh, I'm worse than him. Oh, I'm a worse one. Who am I to say? But later, if somebody just poke you a little bit, hey, donkey, you get very upset. Yeah? No, you cannot. The person who has that kind of humility is not going to get upset with that. And that person who has that kind of humility, and when someone is, especially the sheikhs, if they wash him up, he's going to say, it is right. Or someone else, doesn't have to be the sheikh, someone else is saying, you have this characteristic, this is wrong. He's going to step back. He's going to think, says, you're right. Because you're already doing that every day, no? Saying, I'm the worst, I'm the worst, I'm the worst. Imagine you're saying, I'm smart, I'm smart, I'm smart. These days, people look in the mirror and say, you're the best, you're the best, you're the best. Why are they saying that? They're just to convince themselves. But if you're saying that, and if somebody says to you, you are the best, you say, yeah, you're right, I am. Because I've said that to myself. But if somebody says you're a donkey, you say, no, I said I'm the best. You already convinced yourself. If you say, I'm a donkey, I'm a donkey, I'm a donkey, you're saying to your ego, I'm a donkey, yes. Not in any pleasurable, Sufi, effeminate way. Oh, I'm such a donkey. Such donkey I am. Yeah, you're right. No, you say, I'm a donkey. Get over it and move and do your stuff. And you do your thing, and you do your work, and that work is no good. It is a work like a donkey did it. If somebody says, hey, donkey, why are you doing like that? You're not going to get upset. Because you say to yourself, I'm a donkey. Because you're looking for that donkey characteristics, and you say, let me get rid of it. You're not going to get upset. Yeah. And if somebody says you're a lion, you're going to smile and you don't have to say, no, no, I'm a donkey. No, don't make show. You're just going to smile because you know yourself. You say, no, I have this donkey characteristic. Maybe you say I'm a lion. I don't care. I don't care whether you call me what, because I know myself. How are you going to get rid of that gloating from someone? Oh, be very, very careful. The enemies of Allah do that. The believers, they don't do that. The believers, they're very careful. The believers are very careful because whatever that you are watching, doing, whatever that Shaitan and Abu Jahil and Firaun and Namrud, they're doing, we have that characteristics we can do. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you don't see the word that you say. It is so cutting that you're being an oppressor and you are destroying someone. You're not seeing it. You're not seeing maybe just your look, especially women these days. You're not seeing some of the men also being a tyrant to those ones that they're supposed to be protecting. You don't see. You think you're being manly. You think you're being tough. But it is not. Who is going to tell you this? Your own ego? Why are you following a Shaykh then? They're saying it is permissible now. For example, you're going to use force now on your kids or in your families now. Who is saying that? We are watching from our Shaykh. You watch me. Who is giving that permission? Do you know yourself? Do you know why you're doing it? Do you know whatever condition it is? Where is that permission that is given to you? It is wrong. Stop it, because it's going to destroy so many things. But people, they have this idea. Why they have that idea? Because they see their friends are doing it, their families are doing it, their peoples are doing it. Why you're following a Shaykh? Even if you say, well, maybe I heard like this. Where? What am I, chopped liver? Why are you not asking me? Oh, your ego doesn't want because it's not correct. I'm going to say, not necessary. No, stop. That is not the way. Once you start looking at these wrong people, wrong actions, and you're not taking lesson, you start looking down on them and looking up to yourself, then you start making fun of them, and you start thinking that it's not going to touch you. You may say, no, astaghfirullah, I'm praying that Allah protect. But you know by yourself whether it's just your tongue moving or your heart is actually saying that. Because when the heart is saying that, there is modesty. Modesty means you know your limits. Nobody needs to tell you haram or halal. You know your limits. And you say, this is too much. I'm enjoying it too much. This is wrong. I shouldn't be enjoying saying that, oh, look at that idiot, haha. No, I should pull back a little bit. That should not be my main thing. Once you start doing that, then you're going to be careful. You're going to be able to take that out. It's not that thing over there, you're going to destroy it completely too. It's just not going to be important for you. You understand? Just as when you're a teenager, everything is so important, subhanAllah, correct? You feel for everything. Then you get a little bit older. What happened? When you get 30 years old, things that when you're 13 years old, you find them, so many things at 13 is not that important. When you get to be 40, 50 years old, you see all the things that I thought I felt, I thought I was holding on very tightly, this is me, is not so important anymore. What happens then? You gain knowledge. Because the best kind of knowledge is the knowledge that you experience. In the Dergah, you're supposed to go through all these experiences. Because you're supposed to get knowledge. Because you're supposed to take from each other. You're supposed to learn from each other. Then with that knowledge, you will definitely be able to move up. Because to go up and down 24 hours is not that difficult. But to say to your ego, shut up, look away, turn. Don't do that. To say to your ego, look at yourself. Pull back. You are right, that one is wrong. But don't be a tyrant on that one. Pull back. That is difficult. The doctor becomes a doctor not only because he knows the cures, but he knows the disease. And he knows what kind of pain that is going to give. The awliya Allah and the prophets, they are not like doctors who learn these diseases and learn these cures. They actually went through them. Whatever pain that we have, our Shaykh has gone through all of that. Our Prophet has gone through all of that. Whatever broken-heartedness that we have, whatever fear we have, everything, they have gone through that and more. That's why they're able to reach to your hearts, to our hearts. Because they look and they say, I understand, I know, I've gone through it. Those are our shaykhs. That's why their words will hit your heart. They're not just going to pull back and say, oh, you're doing this, just make this, astaghfirullah, this much time, or make payment of this, do this, do this. No. And they look, they understand the pain, they understand where the pain is coming from, and the root of that. You may think this is the root, but you may not know. The root is much deeper than that. And sometimes they take years of surgery, careful surgery, for that root to come out. That's why we should not be interfering too much with each other. Especially if you don't have that kind of authority, you cannot. This is the month of mercy. Allah could have made a deal to us, saying that, if you do this, I will forgive you. He didn't, did he? He could have said, do this and I will forgive you for this month of mercy and I'll give you extra. He did not. He didn't say, do all of this and then I will love you. No, there's no condition there. There's no condition. He says, you want my forgiveness? Come. Come for your forgiveness. Don't pull back. Those characteristics we should try to get, because it's going to give us strength. This is not to make us to become weak. This makes us to become strong. We know what is right and we know what is wrong. We try to live as much as we can, and we know what is weakness, and we're staying away from it, and we're not going to like what is wrong. You understand? To be humble doesn't mean we have to like what is wrong. That is wrong. Inshallah, in this month, as much as you are looking to yourself to get rid of these wrong characteristics, it will happen. If you're not looking, if you're just going through this month, just, not eating, not drinking, and then eating and drinking, nothing is going to change. Nothing. May Allah make us to change for the better, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. Al-Fatiha.